No matter if your funnel is bad, your army splits, your troops fall into Giga Poison, or even if your healers are dead, this army still overkills every single base at Town Hall 16. Today, I'm going to show you the easiest, most consistent army you can use at Town Hall 16. It's the classic Root Rider Smash, this time powered by 2 overgrowth spells and some smart hero pet combos. We'll start with a full army composition, and then I'll walk you through 3 replays on completely different base styles: Anti-3, Anti-2 Ring, and a compact box. Let's start with the army setup. We're using 4 healers, 5 Root Riders, and 6 Valkyries for the main push. There's 1 wall breaker to open compartments for the king, 2 balloons to protect the healers, 1 ice golem to cool down defenses at the start of the attack, 1 mini warden to boost the army's HP, and 2 headhunters to help with enemy heroes. For spells, we have 3 rage, 1 poison, and 2 overgrowth. Inside the clan castle, there are 6 Valkyries, 3 freeze spells, and we'll mostly be using the siege barracks as our machine of choice. Now, for the hero setup. On the king, we have the Phoenix, the Spiky Ball, and the Earthquake Boots to make sure his funnel is clean and powerful. On the queen, we're using the Unicorn, the Healer Puppet, and the Magic Mirror. And instead of Unicorn, you can also go with Poison Lizard, which can be a good choice when dealing with heroes. On the Warden, we've got Diggy to stun defenses, along with the Healing and Eternal Tomes to keep the main army alive through splash zones. Finally, on the Royal Champion, we're using the Fox, Electro Boots, and the Hog Puppet to help clear out the back end cleanly. Let's move on to the first replay, which is against an anti-3-star base. Start off by using your king to set the funnel on one side of the base. Make sure this side is away from the clan castle so the king doesn't pull it early. Use some extra funnel troops like a baby dragon or super barbarians to push him exactly where you want him. Once the king is doing his job, drop the siege barracks on the opposite corner to funnel the other side. Without waiting too long, send in the Root Riders, Valkyries, Mini Warden, Ice Golem, Queen, and Warden through the middle. Here's a small tip. Delay your Valkyries just a little. Let the Root Riders open the first layer of walls before sending them in, so they don't run to the outside. When the army gets to the core, use your Warden ability to protect everything during the heaviest damage. Also, drop the overgrowth on the back end to disable key defenses and prevent your army from splitting apart. You want to slow damage and force troops to stay together at the same time. Drop rage spells on the bulk of your troops to push through the base faster and stronger. Even if the army walks into the Giga Poison or all the healers are dead, the main army will still handle the back end, and the hero abilities are enough to carry the attack. Use Super Barbarians to tank for the Royal Champion on the outside, and just like that, you'll have a clean 3-star. Now let's look at an anti-2 ring style base. Again, start by sending your king into a clean compartment, like the 1030 side in this case. Make sure it's away from the clan castle range. Once the king is in, pop his ability so the Earthquake Boots and Spiky Ball get maximum value, then go to the other side, drop your siege barracks, and get ready to send the main push. Here's the crazy part. This army is so strong you don't even need a perfect funnel. In this replay, the siege barracks funnel was late and messy, but the Root Riders still stayed on course and pushed together. Once they got to the core, we used the Warden ability and Overgrowth at the same time. Use that first Overgrowth on the Town Hall if possible, especially if the core is loaded with heavy defenses. The goal is to stop the Giga Poison from kicking in too early. In this hit, even though only the Queen was working on the Town Hall area by the time the army split, she was fine taking it down with her own. Meanwhile, the rest of the army kept pushing around the base. In this case, we actually sent the royal champion with the main push right from the start, and it worked out really well. She worked alongside the troops and helped clean up high-damage defenses before they ever became a threat. Whether you send her early or hold her for the back end is up to you, but either way, this army has more than enough punch. Let's move on to the final replay, this time against a compact box base. Honestly, these are the easiest bases for this army. Start with your king funnel like always. Once that's done, drop the siege barracks and spam everything else straight through the middle. It's that easy. In this replay, the siege barracks funnel barely made sense, but it didn't even matter. As the army entered the base and looked like it might split, we used overgrowth to force pathing. We covered the left side with overgrowth so the root riders and Valkyries shifted toward the town hall side instead. It's all about pushing the core troops together. Don't worry too much about perfect lines. They'll go where they need to as long as the overgrowth timing is solid. And once the first overgrowth is about to wear off, drop the second one right on the same zone to keep the path blocked and buy more time. In this attack, even though the royal champion died early, the core army just kept pushing. When root riders and Valkyries stay together, even the toughest heroes and defenses can't stop them. All our heroes were down, but it didn't matter. The base was cleared anyway by the main army. Let me show you another replay that proves just how forgiving this army is, even when things don't go to plan. In this attack, the king is sent into the 9 o'clock compartment to set up the funnel, but he doesn't get much value. He gets stuck in a tornado trap and barely clears anything but thanks to his equipment, which still made a good funnel. And here's what's different in this hit. The queen is actually sent along with the siege barracks instead of joining the main army. This is another powerful way to run the attack, but in this case, she gets targeted almost instantly by a ground bow and takes early pressure. Now watch what happens when the main army is dropped. The root riders push into the core, but the Valkyries split out, stuck on the king and chase trash buildings. Only a few of them make it back inside later, and by that point, just 2 or 3 are still alive. But even with the Valks off course and the queen out early, the root riders paired with the royal champion keep the attack together. That's where the overgrowth spells come in. They cut down incoming damage, buy your troops time, and hold the base under control even when things fall apart. That's the real strength of this army. Even through split troops, early hero loss, or bad value from the funnel, it still overkills Town Hall 16 bases. And that wraps up the easiest, most forgiving army for Town Hall 16 right now. Root riders with overgrowth spells, low risk, high damage, and very little room for failure. Whether you're going up against anti-3 bases, ring bases, or compact core setups, this army shreds through all of them. If this breakdown helped you out, drop a like and subscribe. I'll be posting more top-tier Town Hall 16 attack guides and strategies soon. The army links are in the description. Copy them, try them, and let me know how they work for you.